Hey y'all, it's Carla with Travel Time Carla. Today I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I am mostly a single solo cruiser. Sometimes I travel with my family or friends if they can get off work. And sometimes I travel in groups and I love group traveling. So it's always exciting to be with other people and travel with them. But I still mostly get my cabin by myself. I've gotten kind of spoiled, and so I like to come and go as I want to. I don't have to wait on anybody to get ready. So that's okay. But sometimes I do have a roommate, but I just make sure it's someone that we have sort of the same schedule and the same interests. So we can leave together, come back together, and we won't disturb each other if we go out and come back at different times. Okay. So the first three things I want to talk about today, which are the most important, the must-dos of cruising, is having your correct documents for traveling, having your transportation planned out, and your packing list. But the first thing I want to start with is the documentation. It's very important that you have the correct documentation. Please don't be like my daughter and show up at the cruise port with her daughter's birth certificate. That was a miss. I thought this is her first cruise and she's going to miss it because she did not look at the birth certificate. But it worked out okay because her husband was at home. She was able to call him and he could take a picture of her birth certificate. But that may not be the case with everyone. That might just be that port. So please, I strongly suggest that you have all your documents prepared weeks in advance. If you're going to be getting a passport, you need months to have that ordered and come back to you because it's not just, oh, let me fill out this paper, send it in for my passport, pay my money. You have to go get your own photo taken, take your photo with the application, and then wait for the passport to come back. So I would say roughly 3 to 6 months if you plan on using a passport for a cruise. Now, this passport is not necessary, but if anything ever happens, you get sick and you have to get off the ship in a foreign country, or you get left in a foreign country, anything could happen. I've been traveling with a passport for years, and I would not leave my house and go on any type of cruise or international trip without a passport. Okay, you can also use a birth certificate, but once again, don't be like my daughter. You need to make sure it's ordered in time, weeks in advance if you have to go to your local health department or order it. So make sure it is correct. You have the correct spelling on your driver's license and your birth certificate. And if there's something different about the birth certificate, you need to bring that documentation, such as a marriage or divorce license, a divorce decree, or a marriage license. Okay. The second thing is packing. Please do not pack heavy. Don't be like me and think you got to take everything, excluding the kitchen sink. And if you could get that in there, you'd probably take half the things on it too. So packing is really important because you're the one who's going to have to unpack that luggage when you get home. Before that, you'll be taking it in and out of the car. You'll be lugging it from the inside of the terminal, the port terminal, to your car. So, and then when you get it to your room, you'll be the one doing everything with that luggage. So make sure you pack something that you can manage yourself. Okay? And also, with that luggage, be very careful not to pack the important documents that we talked about. Now, there are other documents too that we'll get into later in another video, and I'll break down the type of documents you need for children or people who may not necessarily have anything but a birth certificate, but you also want to apply for a passport. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about, and it's the last thing, is transportation. Please do not pull a stunt that I pulled, a 9-hour drive straight, not stopping for anything but restroom stops and food, and getting there an hour before my boarding time. Not my boarding time, but my check-in time. So that was not wise because anything could have happened, from a flat to an accident to someone being stopped for an accident or bad traffic. That was not a good idea. And I said, never will I do something so silly again. And do not book a flight on the day of a trip, because you don't know what the traffic is going to be like on the road when you get off the airplane, getting your luggage when you get off the airplane, and getting on the port, getting to the port because of the traffic in that city or that area or the port itself. So you could cause yourself to miss a ship, and if you miss a ship, you are not getting your money back. Sorry. Okay, so all of these things are very important. These are the 3 must-dos. You must have your documentation in order. You must have your packing together and not put your documentation in your luggage, but in your carry-on, along with anything else that you need immediately, and anything that might be breakable, such as the bottle of wine or champagne that you allow by some cruise companies to bring for 1 per person per room, that for a legal person, a legal adult. And the last is transportation, being on time and scheduling your flights, train, car trip, whatever, so you will make the ship. Okay. Well, thank you for stopping in. I hope you enjoyed, and you can learn and benefit from the things that we spoke about today. So if you would just click that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. This will help let YouTube know that these people are interested. They want to hear what Carla has to say with Travel Time Carla. Okay, and I wish you happy traveling and safe traveling. Bye-bye.